Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to some more Sonic Adventure 1. Yeah, no, but a little bit early, but I mean, I think it's gonna take a while for us to actually finish this because Gamma's story is really different. So a little bit of a recap. Last time we finished everyone else's story because Sonic's story is the longest, which makes sense because he's the main character. Tails' story is the second longest because he's literally the sidekick. Knuckles' story is a tiny bit more story heavy, I think. And Amy's and Big story just kind of lasts for like 3 seconds. Which makes sense, you know, Big is just kind of there, and Amy is I'm pretty sure Amy is only there because, like, the last time we seriously saw Amy in a game was, well, Sonic CD. No, Sonic R does not count, that technically isn't the full game. Oh, hello, King Scourge and Red Demon. Welcome to the chat. We're just about ready to head to Gamma's story, which is the final one in the entire game. I believe his story is quite story heavy as well.
Excellent! All systems, full power!
Bruh, why are you in my face?
Look at me! I'm your brilliant creator, Dr. Robotnik. You're the second of my E100 model machines. E102, codename Gamma. Gamma. That's right. You will now obey only me.
Okay, so welcome to Gamma's story. We play as what I can only technically assume is Omega's like older brother, because E-Series Gamma is E102, and Omega is well E123. Which, what I don't understand is, you'll see a little later actually. I'll explain later.
Through this door.
Because that's a little bit of a spoiler, you know.
E101 Beta is there practicing. Enter, Gamma! You're not as advanced as Beta is, but you'll do fine.
Okay, that's a stupid thing then. It's E101. That's the first version of the E-Series. Why is Gamma not as advanced?
Destroy the Sonic Tyrant.
E102 is a later but anyway, yeah, as Eggman was explaining there, but I don't really care about what Eggman has to say. Gamma's gameplay is weird. It's a turret section. It's sort of an auto-scroller. Really, you're just kind of destroying enemies. You have to because you're on a time limit, and the only way to increase it is to destroy enemies. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm very rehearsed at this. I have been playing too much of this game. Like, I know this might be a hot take, I'm not entirely sure. I prefer Sonic Adventure 1 over Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, I get that Adventure 2 is a different paradigm, but also, I just prefer this game. I don't know why. I'm used to that being a boss battle because Archipelago. I entirely forgot how Gamma's story goes, actually, in terms of where we're supposed to go next.
Good job, Gamma. I didn't think you had what it takes. Okay then, Gamma. Here's your test. If you want to stay on board, you must be able to pass it. So pay attention to what I say.
Animations, thank
The
you.
almighty egg carrier is a flying fortress that needs a good crew. Come forth, Beta! I'd like you to meet your older brother, E101. Just call him Beta. I am pitting the two of you against each other, and the winner serves on my ship. I put my bets on Beta, but I owe you at least a fair chance.
Bro, Eggman is actually a shit like dad, I guess, in this game. Which is weird, because I think even at this point in time, it was still established that he favors Metal Sonic. But Metal Sonic also isn't in this game. Well, not originally. He's in the DX version, but that's 100% completion bonus. But yeah, we kind of... A lot of the bosses for Gamma are really short.
Oh, you surprised me, Gamma. I had a funny feeling there was more to you than meets the eye. I hereby grant Gamma permission to serve on board the egg carrier. What? So you want to come along with us, eh? Okay. We could always use a spare set of parts, I guess. You have special permission.
Sibling rivalry, I guess. They're robots, why do they have feelings? Well, actually, well, you'll see it soon. Also, just something that confused me whenever I've first played this game. So Beta is E101, and Gamma is E102. There's no E100 robot, like literally just E100, unless that's zero. Because it appears to be part of the E-series, but if that's the case and there is no E100 robot, why is Beta E101 Beta? Shouldn't he be E101 Alpha? Because Alpha's the first letter in the Greek alphabet. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon...
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Zeta... I don't remember the order, I know the last one is Omega.
Crew are here today to hear a very special announcement.
Anyways, how chat's doing?
Behold, it's a tailed frog. Very unique. This frog is absolutely vital to my plans.
Yes, Chad probably already dead.
I command you to locate this frog immediately. You hear me? I don't care what it takes to get it. Just bring it to me. We haven't got time to waste, so come to attention.
Yeah. I don't understand why the naming scheme is like shifted. Like, where's the Alpha? I guess it makes sense why Omega is Omega, because, well, he kind of is the last E100 robot ever made. At least to my knowledge. And Omega is the end of the alphabet, so... So basically, all of Gamma's stages is just the same gameplay loop as most of the early Sonic games. And we're just trying to find Froggy, or at least in the first half. Because, if you'll remember back to Tails' story, Froggy swallowed the Chaos Emerald, and actually also the end of, like, Sonic's story and Knuckles' story. Froggy does, in fact, contain parts of Chaos. So we're just kind of now showing how Eggman got a hold of Froggy before Big did. Because if you remember the last stream when we finished Big Story, or did Big Story up to Emerald Coast, this is where Gamma would snatch Froggy from Big. Just kind of yoink. And I think also, technically speaking, Gamma can serve as a impartial observer. because he's a robot. He has perfect memory. So everything we see is exactly what happened and not misinterpretation by the other characters.
Must determine location.
Why did the call even bring us here? We're a robot. Why do we have importance? Is it because we have Froggy?
Accessing data. No data found. Location unknown. This presents a problem.
So, like, it can't possibly be that this is an illusion of some kind, because I don't think robots have the ability to be illusioned. Shall look weird in the older games.
No! Don't go any closer! I'm sorry. I see you must not be one of them, huh? Did you notice the presence guarding these children? He's a very loving and gentle creature. These little creatures are too vulnerable without its protection. This protection allows them to continue seeing in peace. Even I was surprised the first time I saw him. Now my father is trying to take their sacred home. It seems his heart is closed off to us all. My true hope is that someday we'll understand each other.
Hey, Bloopin, welcome to the chat.
This frog's the one we want. No, here's the real one.
My frog is the right one.
So I believe now we fight Sonic next, actually.
Ah, dummies, 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 dummies! None of you
It
got
goes,
the
it
right
goes
one.
good. We just started the final campaign of the game.
That same frog has also swallowed a Chaos Emerald! Huh?
Wait, where's
There
E104?
it is! Right there! I'm proud of you guys. I knew you'd be of
I
use to me.
believe E104 Epsilon?
All
I
you
forget the
worthless hunks of
designation
junk,
numbers.
be gone!
Oh, E104 is over there. They're just an idiot. Never mind.
You will get a new assignment. This one's easy. Go to the room through that last door. Once there, you'll find a girl and a bird. Just get me that bird. Now, go!
I don't understand how this... Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a cutscene here.
Is this the one?
I don't understand how Gamma screwed this up. He literally said, that door there, and he decides, you know what, fuck it, turnstile. Why? How do you screw that up? This is the wrong room. I don't know why it's so menacing.
Beta?
Gamma's the robot, so is Beta. This should be normal, it's just upgrades. You will see why very shortly, actually.
This is the wrong room.
So now we just go over to Amy. Because chronologically, this is the first time we see Gamma. Because before Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles do, well, I don't think Knuckles ever saw Gamma. Amy sees Gamma first. This also happens way before, because obviously we're not technically on the second stage, I guess, of the egg carrier. Like, Sky Chase Act 2 hasn't happened yet.
Resistance is futile. Give me the bird.
I said no!
Why not?
None of your business why not! I want to know why you want it!
Data unavailable.
You don't even know?
Amy, your skirt is physics incorrectly. What happened there?
Instead,
It went back to normal. Was that intentional?
don't you know how bad I feel?
Does not compute. Why try to save that which is useless to you?
Huh.
Does not compute.
I feel sorry for you. Eggman failed to give you feelings. Wait a minute, Birdie!
Get going.
Huh? Why are you letting us go?
It is dangerous here. Hurry. We'll be arriving at the Mystic Ruins base soon.
So, you're not like those other robots, huh? You truly are a good person inside, aren't you? I guess we can be friends then. Take care, okay?
Yeah, so if it wasn't obvious already, Gamma is not completely. I mean, it should have been kind of more obvious to begin with, but if you pay attention to basically everything in the game, how you get animals for the Chow is that you destroy Eggman's robots, which means that
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Eggman, please.
Gamma, get ready for battle instructions. Get the jet booster from the ammunition room and get up to the deck. The ammunition room is unlocked.
But like, Eggman is still doing his whole thing of using animals to, I guess, power the robot's intellect? Wouldn't that mean that he can't properly program AI and so he's using intelligence of animals? Anyways, so it's very clear that Gamma is very much powered by the same thing. But if you
Here's the
remember in
jet
Amy's
booster.
story, the
Press
flicky
and
she
hold the
has
jump button and you'll
has a
float for a
pendant
while.
that has an entire family portrait in there. Why would Gamma look at that flicky and go, I want to save you? Yeah, it's kind of already obvious. So, like, Gamma, and I think
I see
in
you
that,
got the jet
by
booster.
extension, most of the E series is fully sentient.
Report to the rear of the ship.
Which goes back to what I was saying earlier, where I didn't want to technically spoil anything. Why the hell did Eggman go on to create a shit ton more E-Series robots with the same paradigm if he knows for a fact that they would just turn on him? The E123 Omega hates Eggman so much that whenever he sees Eggman, he wants to kill him.
How can I serve you, Dr. Robotnik?
Eradicate all of those menaces. Give them all you got.
Aye, aye, sir. I will comply.
I'm counting on you, Gamma.
Also, with how most of the character fights in this game have to be a draw, I think even SA2 is a draw. How does this work? Because, yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Stop, he's already dead. It's still counting up.
Stop, Mr. Robot!
Amy?
Hey, Mr. Robot. I know you're not an evil sort. Wait, remember me?
Amy! Oh, I really don't get this.
Yeah, this is why I say that
Sonic, look!
even
The
though
ATM
Gamma
losing
is
altitude.
a little bit more sentient than we
We've got
take credit
split.
for,
Take Amy
he
and go.
is
What
very
would you
much
do?
a
I'll
impartial
never let Eggman.
third-party
He must be
observer
stopped
to the
at all
event.
costs.
Again, robot and also programmed to not be sentient.
Thanks again for saving me as usual,
because
Sonic.
at least how I've interpreted it is that the reason why the cutscenes are slightly different between the characters
And how
is
are you,
that
my metal
these
friend?
games
It's
are like
dangerous
recounts
here.
of events,
Why not leave Eggman and come with us?
and
Why do you help me?
it's kind of how
I
each
told
character
you we'd be
remembers those
friends
events
next time we
happening.
met. Even Birdie
I
wants
think
the
Gamma
best for
is like
you.
the only
You must
one
ditch
that you
that
can
awful
basically
Eggman.
get the
Amy,
full
come on!
context because, well, Gamma's the robot. Again, you can just store data as direct videos.
We'll meet again, my robot friend.
I guess I can also explain at least how I've interpreted the story of FA1 from all of its occult things, simply because I believe that was the last blast to the past
Dr.
cutscene.
Robotnik. Enemy. Master registration deleted.
You know, it's probably the same thing that
E-series.
happened
Friends.
with Omega. Omega got fed up with
Must
Eggman at some point and
save.
said, fucking Eggman's no longer my master, screw you. But, like, how I've interpreted it is this. A gigaton of years in the past, I don't know how much, because how would I know? A gigaton of years in the past, when the Echidna tribe was still around, they were like very warlike, very warrior-like, and obviously Tikal is not. Tikal, and I guess by that extension, the Echidna tribe knew of the sacred, sacred structure known as the Master Emerald Shrine. And there's the Chow and Chaos. We had no idea back in the day, but with context from Sonic Frontiers, it's that maybe the Echidnas didn't even build the shrine. It was probably a shrine built by the ancients, and the Echidnas were like, you know what, it has like amazing power, let us take it. Even though Tikal said, wait, no, don't, that's a bad idea because there's like immense magic. There's also a guardian, which is Chaos. Which now we know is actually just an ancient. The one that was evolved back into being an ancient and not a Chow. Considering that the ancient evolved into the Chow, either because time went by or the direct power of Chaos and the Master Emerald. So they wanted to seize the power for themselves, ignored Tikal's wishes, and then I guess also technically, if this is canon, Sonic Chronicles Brotherhood also works like that because of the Twilight Cage, I think it was, or I don't remember. Though that might be canon, it's the Sonic X continuity. So what then happens is they attack to try and seize the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds, and then Chaos goes berserk and kills the entire world. And then fast forward like a billion years, I have no clue. Eggman is like, oh yes, this mural on Lost World, it said something about the God of Destruction. Oh, even though I think there also is a mural shown off somewhere about the prophecy of a legendary golden hedgehog that would quell the destruction. Also looking to the chats, Azuma. Congrats, it's now a Manjaro, even though I don't think Manjaro is... No, Chaos. In this world, Chaos is deemed as a god of destruction because Chaos is, well, at least before Sonic technically, was the only other being that can harness the full power of the Chaos Emeralds. But, you know, Sonic can beat it all because prophecy and whatnot. But that's actually, it's really obscure in SA2, because they don't really say anything about this in connection to SA1 to like the end of the game. But in the room of the Bio Lizard, which has what looks like the Master Emerald Shrine, it also has a replica of the mural that it has a replica of the mural that depicts the prophecy, which is actually confirmed, where Gerald Robotnik, very much obviously before this game, like 50 years in the past or something like that, used as a reference to create Shadow. Which has to mean the actual true ultimate life form is Sonic. Considering that Sonic can do the same thing that Shadow can do, probably not as good, and he's never really practiced, but he can use Chaos Control and Chaos Spear and everything just fine. Like, that's the only reason why everyone keeps thinking that Silver is related to Shadow in some way, because Silver had the same powers, and then they go Dragon Ball Z, even though it's never been confirmed ever if Silver is related to Shadow or not. Like, they don't want to go into that for a reason. Like, yes, Silver is effectively just furry Trunks. Literally the same origin and everything. But the issue is that Trunks at least had a mom. Silver doesn't have any parents at all. They're all dead. And also the game that he kind of debuted in, at least the one that people focus on, Sonic 06. So,
E-104 Epsilon. Rescue.
No, Blaze does not count because it's also unclear if that's even the same Blaze from Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush happens like years before Sonic 06, I believe. The first Sonic Rush games happened in
E-103 Delta.
2004?
E-104 Epsilon. Rescue mission accomplished. E-105 Zeta. E-101 Beta. Location unknown.
Okay, so it's Beta, Gamma, Delta,
Perhaps
Epsilon, Zeta.
Aboard the egg carrier.
Huh. That is weird because the first E series is supposed to be, well,
Mode change.
that's supposed to be Alpha. Where's Alpha?
Mode change.
We only have everything after Alpha. You don't even get to see the other E series until Sonic Heroes.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing
So that's when they
soon.
introduce Omega. Is a raft here? Yeah, there is.
E-Series data. Beginning search. Accessing data. Hot shelter. E-Series location confirmed. Unlocking hot shelter sector now.
Okay, that seems like an oversight where any of Eggman's robots can just override a lock command remotely.
Mode change.
That to me seems like an oversight. But again, still using furry woodland creatures in order to actually power these robots' intellects. So I guess if they do actually think and brain some more, they can just kind of kill Eggman. I forgot to get that, by the way.
Here's your laser blaster. Its blast damages enemies in a wide pattern.
Oh, that's just a splash damage upgrade. I didn't know what that did for the longest time. I just thought it was required. It's not. I believe there's only like 3 stages for Gamma as well. So we have Hot Shelter. We're defeating Zeta. We already got Epsilon and Delta. So we need Zeta and Beta. And Beta is a boss battle. I don't need to go over here. This is not an archipelago. That just gives you extra time, but that's also for like mission mode. Or when you're doing the other missions to get completion points, which I am not going to do because completing this game is a pain in the ass. Because like, yeah, some of the missions and extra missions are easy, like get to the goal in this amount of time, get to the goal with X amount of rings. The extra missions are flat out stupid, I think. Like, one of them is, like, try and like, get Froggy in a certain amount of time. And then also, like, dig up something in a treasure hunt, though it might be a DLC. It's really dumb. But I guess it's also lots of replayability, and people back in 1998 didn't seem to care. So, Not to mention, you do get to unlock the 8-bit games in this game using that. Like, if I ever do play the 8-bit games, I will probably just use a mod to unlock all of them in this game in particular. Because they do actually have, like, proper remastering for all of the 8-bit games in this game, at least the ones that are in this game. Whatever fit on the disc. I think a lot of them could, because, you know, they're 8-bit from Master System. Like, yeah, realistically, I probably should have played the 8-bit games, considering that this is the whole Sonic series I'm playing, but also the 8-bit games don't count. They technically are, in a way, a spin-off, even though Sonic 1 8-bit and Sonic 2 8-bit are in between Sonic 1 and 2. But there's Sonic Triple Trouble, which is effectively Sonic 3 8-bit, and then there's Sonic Labyrinth, which is... No. I've played Sonic Labyrinth in the past before when I first heard of it. It's not fun. I don't want to play it again. It is actually pain. Like, you would have to actually pay me in order to play the 8-bit games. Huh. Cool, actually. Now you don't have to worry about shit being weird. Yeah, these stages are not very long. I think Gamma's story is already... I have a feeling that you were supposed to play this game in a particular order. Now, since this isn't an archipelago, I don't actually care about all of this stuff. And actually, yeah, I think this was around the time when score was starting to not matter anymore. Because we still get scores at the end of this. But like, score is supposed to make you feel like you didn't waste your money at an arcade. But if we don't have an arcade cabinet, and lives also are useless because out of lives you can just restart anyways, because again, this isn't an arcade. So why in FA2 they give us a ranking system that gets an incentive.
Rescue complete.
And I like when Sega used to actually innovate. They had the whole turret section, which is kind of what Gamma is, but instead of it being like an actual auto-scroller, they just made a technical one, where you control the speed, but you still need to do stuff in order to not die. And then, like, for instance, SA2, they made it so that you are now given an actual incentive to get score.
E105 Zeta rescue complete.
Because score means,
Units
you know, better
remaining.
rankings, which means more emblems, which is better completion bonuses, and also unlock for Chow.
Gamma. Beta.
I still wonder why Eggman decided to continue to do, like, even then, right? Even after Omega. Oh. That was glitchy. But even after Omega, Eggman still proceeded to do robots that can disobey him. Like, technically speaking, that's what Sage was. Like, yes, Sage was programmed with the directive to protect Eggman, but also Sage is fully sentient because powered the pilot and instant technology. And like in every game where whatever the hell he builds or recruits or something doesn't betray him, because yes. But in every game where the thing that he builds and whatnot doesn't betray him, it gets defeated super embarrassingly. Like, look at Sonic Colors, for instance. Yeah. Sonic Colors kind of it's embarrassing. Oh, so probably keep hitting the phonetic alphabet because, military, I don't know.
Mission complete.
Animations. 1998. I mean, that's Sonic Colors Ultimate. The original game was fine. Yeah, so Beta was a flicky. And so therefore, Gamma is going to also go flicky now. Bro, it was 1998. I don't think animation software for video games existed yet. I think they had to do all of this in code. Because all the animation software was designed for movies and it was too complex to fit on a game disc. Like, a lot of the other games from the time period that has more complicated animations, usually that's done in a very hacky way involving pre-rendered malarkey and not actual animations in-engine. Like, around the same time, I believe Mario 64 came out, and that also was quite jank when it comes to animation. But yeah, that was Gamma's story. It's really short because I think you're supposed to play all of these campaigns in a particular order. Like, before you go and meet Amy, you're supposed to then go back to, like, Sonic or Tails to finish off Skydeck and whatnot to get to that point in the story. At least I think that's how it's supposed to have been played. I don't know. I've always played it counterclockwise. But yeah, that's the reason why we don't see Gamma anymore, because, well, he's kind of dead. Well, not dead, like, the flicky that was powering him is fine. Though it might not be anymore, it's been 20 years. No, more than that, actually. It's like almost 30 now, I believe. But, like, yeah, that's why we don't see Gamma. I'm still wondering how the hell did Eggman power Omega if, because I highly doubt Omega is a flicky as well. It's probably some exotic bullshit because Omega was made after Eggman obviously retrieved Dr. Gerald Robotnik's diary, which would have had all the blueprints and everything for all of the advanced technology aboard the Ark. Yeah, there's just so much things that I know it's kind of retcon, right? Or because retcon stands for retroactive continuity. Because the original intent for after Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 was supposed to be that it would follow a similar kind of story structure to Sonic X, considering that Sonic X was, at least from what I've heard, written by the same writers. So I guess they were supposed to take it in a different direction, but then the games went in a completely different direction as well after 06, and then they backtracked on that as hard as they possibly could. But now they explain that the reason why there is humans in some games and not others is because it's a different Earth. It's still Earth, there's still humans there. They're just like a billion different islands that have, well, about a billion different things. That's the reason why some islands can be very technologically advanced, i.e. Grand Metropolis, from Sonic Heroes and whatnot, and some could be just kind of like real life, like San Francisco over in SA2. It's retconning. They explain it away very haphazardly, but they at least tried to. And then also, if you actually pay attention to the story elements and Shadow Generations is actually the first Sonic game that goes through the entirety of Sonic's history and ties it together correctly, and not just a remake of half of it like the base game of Generations. Shadow Gens actually makes the events of Shadow the Hedgehog make sense, actually. And also Sonic Heroes, and how the whole like thing of Shadow not being dead makes sense. But now we have one last story to do, and it's just a boss battle. Because this was before they had the ability to put things on the disc that were more than just this. The reason why it's a boss battle is because there's like a shit ton of cutscenes. Uh, and that kind of, I think, took the entire disc space. I have no clue how big the original SA1 disc was, but it was on the Dreamcast, so it couldn't have been that big. Like 1 or 2 gigabytes at most.
Select your character.
So there we go. Super Sonic, which was the last story. So, remember how at the end of all of the other campaigns, like for instance, Big crash landed near his house, but that was a Tornado 2 that had the Chaos Emerald. Knuckles has all the other Chaos Emeralds, and Chaos is able to control the Master Emerald.
Ooh, I hate that Sonic. He always seems to get in my way. But I bet he can't foil my master plan. Chaos!
The Master Emerald is where it belongs. But Angel Island is still falling. This doesn't make any sense. Maybe... Those Chaos Emeralds
Yeah,
that I
notice
brought
how
back
Knuckles
with me
only has 6 emeralds.
have something to do with what's happening.
The
I'll take
7th
them to
one is
Sonic for
over
his
in
advice.
where Big Crash landed.
Eggman!
And Chaos also murked Eggman.
This is terrible. Chaos
Is what?
I think that ting noise is supposed to be the sound of them getting decked in the snars.
Guess Eggman learned his lesson. Yep. And maybe I'll take another vacation somewhere.
Sonic!
I mean, yeah,
Hey there, Tails!
you know,
Did you find the tornado too?
Never mind that. Get up and follow me. Angel Island is falling again.
Hey, no way! Who blew it this time?
Oh, I don't know, but we better hurry.
kind of that just reminded me of the Snap Cube announcement that Eggman did from FA2. So yeah, we get to play as Sonic in the adventure field one last time. I don't think we're able to enter any of the stages though, or maybe we are, I don't actually know. Nor do I really care, because I'm gonna finish the game. We're almost there. Yeah, that sounds about right. Where were they again? They're over here. They're dead.
Sonic, sorry.
Knuckles! And Eggman! What happened here?
He stole my Chaos Emeralds. And Chaos is still alive.
What?
Ah! He's not gonna get away with this!
Hey, Eggman, wait up! Sonic, Chaos is a fearsome beast. If he gets that last Chaos Emerald, we're done for.
No need to explain. We'll get on it. Tails?
Right.
What? Oh, jeez! This place. It looks familiar. It's not a dream after all.
So now we get to see the moment when Chaos goes frickin' berserk. Because he's the Echidna tribe. This is probably how the Echidna tribe got wiped out, but they tried to reframe that in Sonic Chronicles.
What I said?
I won't obey.
We need those 7 emeralds to give us total power. It's power for the people, and they are your people too, you know. We must get that emerald.
Greed is our enemy. Once it starts, you will always want more. Please don't do this. I beg you.
Bah! I don't listen to the words of a child. Ready, men? Charge!
Father!
No, none of them even hit her. I don't think animations. Man, I really hope that they would eventually remake this, but Izuka said no. I mean, there can be a fan-made remake. Sega actually doesn't care about that.
It's a monster!
But yeah, it makes sense why Chaos would do this, because if the Chao were truly supposed to be a sort of like really far gone evolution of the Ancients, and Chaos reverted back to being an Ancient, that means that he's protecting his people. It's similar kind of like urgency and whatnot from the end.
Hey, are you all right?
I think so. Oh my gosh! No, no, no!
Wait up!
They can't show off the monster quite yet because we're supposed to not know what it looks like, even though it's been 30 years.
The 7 emeralds are the servers. Chaos is power, enriched by the heart. The controller serves to unify the chaos. The 7 emeralds can change our thoughts into power. If this emerald controls that power, please, you must stop him. Sonic, wake up!
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
Good thing you're okay. You just sort of conked out there. Knuckles left already. Come! We gotta go after the last emerald.
Lead the way.
It should still be on board the Tornado too.
Do we know where that is, though? Like, I know where it is. It's over at Big's house, but do they know where it is? But, like, that's why I'm confused if that's actually them going to the path where it's an illusion, because that right there's a vision. But it can't possibly be a vision for all of the other characters, for that to, because when Gamma was in that thing, right, the only way he could have gotten to the egg carrier is if it was actual teleportation at that point. There's no way he could have just flown to the egg carrier on just his jet booster alone. And that was the egg carrier. Technically,
Look,
I think
it's the Tornado too.
supposed to be during
so
the
let's get the
first
Chaos
sky
Emerald
chase,
and
so it's
leave.
already in flight.
What?
Welp.
No! He's got the last emerald!
Now what do we do?
Here's the full cutscene of the opening. God, even for 1998, the CG looks amazing. It looks like actual CG and not whatever the hell we have nowadays. Only issue is the resolution, but hey, what are you gonna do at 40p? Now that I think about it, I think this might have had to have been compressed to half in order to actually fit on this. So funny, in this cutscene, Chaos looks so friggin' cool, and then you see him in game. Yeah, the massive downgrade. At least for generations, they kind of fixed it up a bit.
That monster is a real menace. Eggman.
Egg Carrier 2.
Looks like he's after Chaos too.
This Egg Carrier 2 was made because something like this could happen. You have defied your master, stupid beast. Now you must be destroyed at all costs.
Where's your major massive cannon? Huh. You know, if I had a penny for every time the egg carrier crashed, I would have 3. Well, technically 2 at this point, but if you fast forward to the time,
Who do you
3.
think you are, anyway?
It isn't much, but it's having it happen 3 times.
Oh, it's you. The one who sealed chaos in the Master Emerald. Tikal.
My heart has always been in the Master Emerald along with Chaos's. Now he's filled with anger and sadness. And if it goes on, he'll eventually destroy the world like he did before. Look! He's absorbed the Emerald's power. He must be sealed in the Master Emerald now!
How can that help? It won't change how he feels inside, will it? His heart will still remain in turmoil, and his anger just won't vanish. He'll just be trapped forever.
What choice do we have?
Yeah, like I said, this is just a boss battle. They would try a similar kind of idea again in 06, where you have to play the levels to get the emeralds. They could have done that here, but I don't think they technically could have, because limitations of discs, especially in the late 90s.
Hey guys, what's up?
Chaos only used the negative power of the emeralds. Sonic, you should be able to harness their real power.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think Tails is right about this.
Go, Sonic! Yeah, Sonic!
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 Negative forces aren't the only way to empower the Chaos Emerald. Our positive feelings toward each other can make them work. Our hearts together form awesome power.
Man, even to this day, this is still a badass cutscene in Order Jam. Yeah, Supersonic's quotes don't quite like that anymore, but you can see why they may have confused him for Shadow at some point. I'll be quiet now, because it's this first half. Yeah, that's one thing I always hated about this boss fight. It feels like the music is swapped. It should be some weird, ominous, like, darkness music first, and then it goes into the badass fucking open your heart rendition. Actually, not rendition, it's just the first original one. Chaos, stop, please, I only have 62 seconds. considering that it's always 1 ring per second. Yeah. I believe this is the first time we ever get to play as Supersonic in 3D. This is also the game that starts the whole trend of Supersonic is only for the end of the game. Chaos, can you dude. Do you think he's home? I think they home. Oh my god. Camera, what did you do that for? Okay, there we go. They were not working. I didn't know why the speed pads were not functioning. You know, it's a good thing that in Sonic Frontiers we actually get to play as Supersonic, not only at the end of the game. Oh my god, they can go through walls. Of course they can. What? Okay, what happened there? But you know, that was the entire game. Like, that's the final boss.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Yeah, it's very simple because... yes, I don't know why it's very simple. It's probably because it's the first time we're doing this in 3D. They could not fit jack shit on the disc after this point, because there's probably a reason why they reuse so much assets. At least SA2 is a little bit more complex because that was originally made at the end of the Dreamcast lifecycle with the latest and greatest 3D technology. I believe at the time it was a DVD actually.
Chaos
like a
has
high
changed
density
again,
one layer.
this time for the better.
Yeah! Supersonic must have neutralized it, so it's nice again.
These are the Chow you were protecting.
Or if you've only played Frontiers, they're Coco. And have somehow never heard of
They
Chow in
stayed
your entire
alive
life.
for generations and now live peacefully with humans. The fighting's over, harmony's restored, and life goes on. Thank you so much.
You know, now that I think about it, because those two like go off into the sky or something at the very end. This is very similar to what happened in Frontiers. Is that just how the ancients die? Like, actually? They just kind of throw it into the sky and go away? Unless you're saying that the calling Chaos's consciousness are in whatever the hell that Zap symbol was in Sonic Frontiers now. Like, it's retroactive canon, but like... this has to mean that the Starfall Islands do exist already. Obviously, because they existed before time.
All's well that ends well, right? Sonic?
Doesn't this also kind of look a little bit like Silver's future, just without the fire? Huh. You probably use that as a reference. I don't know. But yes, that was Sonic Adventure 1. It's a little jank. It's not that it's like jank on purpose, obviously, but also half of this stuff is because it's been ported like 6 times. Because at least from what I understand, obviously this was developed first on the Saturn, and then they restarted development on the Dreamcast. They released it on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast then completely died in 2001, but they wanted to have people to still buy their Adventure Series games because, well, it was the most popular selling game on the entire Dreamcast, I believe next to like Jet Set Radio or something. So then they ported it to the GameCube because it was the next big up-and-coming console. That's what Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is, and apparently there's a Sonic Adventure 1 GameCube version. And then in 2004 they would port it to PC, but this was also when Windows XP was new. And this was also the original director's cut from that time period. The one on Steam is like updated for modern PCs, but because it's been ported like 10 times, it doesn't quite work. I think half of the jank is due to the fact that it's been ported like whatever many times. It's like how Sonic Adventure 2 is quite jank on PC as well, because again, it was developed for the Dreamcast, then it was ported to the GameCube, and then it was ported to PC. It just was never given a director's cut treatment. That's why SA2 is a little bit less glitchy, but it's still glitchy. And that, I guess, also is probably why, for the longest time, Sega had never released a new game on PC. Because SA2 and SA1 were released on Steam, I believe as far back as like 2010 or something. Before a lot of these songs, like I believe 2013 was when Sega said they're going to release new Sonic games on PC. And not just collections of like the first Sonic games and remakes of like SA1 and SA2. Or ports anyways. So now we have Sonic games that are no longer jank because they were actually made for the PC. Ignore some Sonic Forces. And I guess also Sonic Lost World, that would be for the Wii U, so that's why that was kind of jank. I prefer the original Open Your Heart way more than the remix in Circus Frequency or whatever the heck it's called in Generations. I believe this was also the debut of Crush 40, a band that, to my knowledge anyways, was made by Sega to do themes in-house. Like, they would still contract other bands from other parts of the internet and the world and whatnot, especially to fit the time period. But Crush 40 was always a mainstay. Like, SA2, most of its themes is by Crush 40. Some by other artists that are familiar with the franchise. And then Shadow the Hedgehog is just all of the emo bands, like all of the emo punk bands, because why not? But yeah, that was Sonic Adventure 1. Next time we do a stream, I'll be playing Sonic Adventure 2, a game that I have barely played, so this should be fun. Like, I think I've only played Sonic Adventure 2 once, I never beat it, and it was for this channel. A long time ago, and I never beat it because I didn't know how to. I never got to the Bio Lizard. I believe I was at I believe I'm on Final Rush, I think, but not Bio Lizard. So though I do prefer SA1 over SA2, especially with how it feels. The spin dash is snappy, the homing attack is very spammable, which makes sense because if you have a homing attack like that, it feels like Sonic should be able to spam that. But yeah, that'll be it for this stream. If you liked it, if you want to see more, then subscribe, and